Okay, think. Yes, it's recording.
Finally.
That took forever.
It always does.
Every single time. You'd think after however many episodes we would figure it out by now.
We never figure it out. That's part of the charm.
That's one word for it.
Welcome back, everyone.
Yes, welcome back. If you're new here, hi. I'm glad you found us.
This is English Podcast 520.
And it's very late right now.
Is it late? What time is it?
I don't want to say.
That late.
That late. I have tea though, so I'm okay.
I have coffee, which is probably not a good idea at this hour.
Probably not.
But here we are.
Here we are, talking to you. And honestly, I kind of love that.
Yeah, me too.
It's a nice feeling, knowing that somewhere someone is listening. Maybe on the bus. Maybe in bed. Maybe cooking something.
Maybe also up too late drinking coffee.
Possibly. That's you, hi. You're not alone.
You really aren't.
Okay, so
Tonight.
Something happened to me today. Something small. But it stayed with me.
Tell me.
So I was at a coffee shop this afternoon. Working. Just sitting there with my laptop minding my own business.
Peaceful.
Very peaceful. And the person next to me, total stranger, they leaned over and said, "Excuse me, is this seat taken?"
Okay.
And I said, "No, go ahead."
Simple enough.
And then they sat down. And a few minutes later they said, "Sorry, can I ask? What are you working on? It looks interesting."
Oh.
Yeah. And I froze for a second.
Really?
Just for a moment. Because suddenly I had to explain myself. In English. To a stranger. And my brain went completely empty.
That feeling.
You know it?
Everyone knows it.
So strange. Because I know English. I speak English every day. But something about that moment. Someone looking at me, waiting. And everything just disappeared.
Like the words were right there a second ago and now they're just gone.
Exactly. Like someone turned off a light.
What did you say?
I said, "Oh, it's just some podcast stuff. Nothing exciting."
That's actually pretty good.
But it didn't feel good. Felt like I gave up. Like I took the easiest, smallest answer just to end the awkwardness. And then I thought about it the whole walk home.
That's the worst part, isn't it? When it follows you.
Yes. You replay it. You think of all the things you could have said. All the better words. And you just
sit with it.
Yeah. I sat with it for a while. And I realized the problem wasn't that I didn't know the words.
No.
The problem was that I thought I needed the right words. The perfect words. The impressive words.
Oh, that's interesting.
And when I couldn't think of those, I went silent.
Yeah. I think a lot of people do that. I used to do that.
You did?
All the time. I would wait until I had the perfect sentence. And while I was waiting, the moment passed.
Exactly.
And then I felt worse than if I had just said something simple.
Right. Because silence has a way of growing. You know? The longer you wait, the bigger it feels.
And then you start thinking about the silence itself. Not even about what to say.
Yes. You're thinking, why am I not talking? Why is this so hard? They're going to think something is wrong with me.
And now you have two problems.
Exactly. You have the original problem and then you have the panic about the original problem.
It's exhausting.
Really is.
Can I tell you something I noticed? About myself?
Please.
When I stopped trying to sound smart in English, things got easier.
What do you mean?
Like, there was a period where I was really focused on using advanced vocabulary, big words, long sentences, because I thought that was what good English sounded like.
I think everyone goes through that phase.
And I was working so hard, putting all this energy into the words. And the conversations were fine, but they felt stiff. You know, like I was performing.
Like a presentation instead of a conversation.
Yes, exactly like that. And one day I was talking to this old colleague of mine, really relaxed guy, really easy to be around, and I realized I understood everything he said,
Okay.
And his English was simple. Very simple sentences. Short. Clear. He never used a word that felt like he was trying. But somehow it felt warmer, more real, like actually talking to a person.
As opposed to talking to a textbook.
Exactly. And I thought, wait, that's the thing. That's what I want.
Not impressive. Just real.
Just real. Just clear. Just comfortable.
I think that's actually harder than it sounds.
It is. Because you have to stop performing. And when you've been performing for a long time, stopping feels like giving up.
Like you're lowering the standard.
But you're not. You're just changing what the standard is.
That's a really good way to put it.
The standard shifts from impressive to real. And real is actually much more connected. Much more human.
I feel like this is what nobody tells you when you're learning English.
Nobody tells you. Because most of the advice is about adding more. More vocabulary. More grammar. More complexity.
And sometimes the answer is actually less.
Sometimes the answer is, say the simple thing. Say the honest thing. And say it clearly.
And people respond to that.
People respond to that so much more. Because they're not impressed by big words. They're comfortable around clear ones.
Comfortable. That's the word, isn't it?
I think so.
When someone feels comfortable talking to you, they want to keep talking. They ask more questions. They open up.
And that's when a real conversation starts.
Yeah. The hard conversations, the interesting ones, the ones you remember, they don't start with complicated language.
They start with something simple. Something true.
Like, what are you working on?
Like that. Like exactly that.
Okay, so I'm going back to my coffee shop story. I've been thinking about what I should have said. If I could go back.
What would you say?
I think I would just say, I make a podcast. It's for people who are learning English. We just talk about life, about small things. I really like doing it.
That's nice.
Right? It's not complicated. It's not impressive. But it's true. And it tells them something real.
And it probably would have led somewhere interesting.
Probably. Maybe they're learning English too. Maybe they have questions. Maybe they just say, oh cool, and go back to their coffee. Either way, fine.
Either way, you showed up.
Yeah, you showed up. That's the part that matters.
I think one of the hardest things about speaking English, not just learning it, but actually speaking it every day, is that we put so much weight on every sentence.
We really do.
Like each sentence has to prove something. Has to show that you're smart. That you're educated. That you belong in the conversation.
And that's so much pressure.
It's too much pressure. No one can speak naturally under that much pressure.
Not in any language.
Not in any language. Even in your first language, if you feel like you're being judged, your words start to feel smaller. Shorter. You hide.
You hide. That's exactly it. You make yourself smaller so there's less to criticize.
And then you leave the conversation feeling like you didn't really participate.
And feeling like, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe my English isn't there yet.
But the problem wasn't English. The problem was the pressure.
Yeah. Take away the pressure and suddenly you can talk. You always could.
I really believe that. I think most people already have more English than they think. They just need to stop holding it hostage.
Holding it hostage. That's a vivid image.
You know what I mean though. Like the words are there, but you won't let them out until they're perfect.
And perfect never comes.
Perfect never comes. So the words just sit there, waiting.
Forever in your head. Never in the conversation.
Yeah. And conversations are out here. Not in your head.
Okay, so let's talk about this practically. Because I know someone listening right now is thinking, okay, I understand. But how? How do I actually do it?
Right. How do you actually change that feeling?
It's one thing to say, use simple words. But it's another thing to feel okay doing it.
Can I start with something? Something that helped me a lot?
Yes.
I started paying attention to how I felt after good conversations. Not big important conversations. Just good ones. Easy ones.
Okay.
And I noticed The ones that felt best were never the ones where I used complicated language. They were always the ones where I felt understood, where the other person nodded, where the conversation had a rhythm.
A rhythm? Yeah, some conversations have that.
And when I looked at those conversations later, like just thinking back, the language was simple. Really simple. How was your day? It was long, but good. Mine too. Just that.
And that's a good conversation.
That's a great conversation sometimes. Because it's real. There's a real person on the other side.
I think we forget that.
We forget that the other person just wants to connect. They're not grading your vocabulary.
Unless they are, in which case they're probably not a very fun person to talk to anyway.
Probably not.
Honestly though, most people are just happy when you engage. When you're warm. When you try.
Yeah. The trying matters more than the perfection.
So much more. You can have a beautiful sentence delivered with a cold face and people will feel nothing. Or you can stumble through something simple with a smile, and people will remember you.
Completely. The feeling of the conversation lives in people much longer than the words.
Which is a little bit freeing if you think about it.
Very freeing. It means you can make mistakes. You can use the wrong word. You can pause. You can say or actually. What I mean is.
And the conversation still works.
The conversation still works. Because you're still there. You're still present.
Presence over perfection.
I like that.
I just thought of it.
You should write it down.
I probably will later. When I can find a pen.
Where do you even keep pens these days?
That's a great question. I have no idea.
Okay. Let me ask you something.
Sure.
When you imagine someone speaking English very naturally, like someone you've heard and thought, wow, their English is so effortless, what does that actually sound like? What do you notice?
Let me think.
Take your time.
Think. It's not the vocabulary. It's not even the grammar. It's more like, there's no hesitation that comes from fear.
Yes. There's a difference between a natural pause, like thinking, and a frightened pause.
Yes. The frightened pause has a different quality. You can almost feel the person bracing.
Bracing. That's such a good word for it.
And when someone speaks naturally, they're not bracing. They're just arriving at words, one after another.
And the words are simple, usually.
Yeah. It's like, they don't go looking for the impressive word. They take the first clear word that comes and they use it.
And it lands perfectly.
Because clarity always lands.
Okay. I want to try something.
I'm scared.
No. It's very low stakes. I promise.
Okay, fine.
I want you to describe your day, how it went, how you feel right now, but only using words you're very comfortable with. Simple, honest words. Nothing impressive.
Oh, okay.
Go.
My day was long. I woke up kind of tired. I had too much to do. But I had a nice coffee this afternoon in that coffee shop I mentioned. And now I'm here, talking to you. And honestly, it feels good. Like a quiet ending to a busy day.
That was beautiful.
Really?
Really. Simple, true, warm. I knew exactly how you felt. I could picture it.
Huh.
Not a single difficult word. And it was completely enough.
It's funny. Felt almost too easy. Like I was cheating somehow.
That's the thing, isn't it? Simple feels like cheating when you're used to working hard for every sentence.
Like if it wasn't difficult, it doesn't count.
But that's not true. Good communication is supposed to feel easy. For both sides.
If it feels easy for the listener, you did your job.
Exactly. If they have to work hard to understand you, something went wrong.
I never thought of it that way. Communication is also consideration for the other person.
Yes. You're choosing simple words for them. Not dumbing down, choosing clearly. There's a difference.
There's a big difference. Choosing clearly means you know what you want to say. And you care enough to make it easy for someone else to receive it.
And that takes real skill.
It does. Sounds easy, but it takes a lot of understanding to be that clear.
Because you have to understand what matters. What is the center of this sentence? What am I really trying to say?
And a lot of people in any language never ask themselves that question.
They just talk.
They just talk and hope the meaning arrives somewhere.
And sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't.
But when you're intentional about being clear, it almost always does.
Yeah. Can I tell you about something? Something I started doing a while ago that really helped?
Of course.
So I had this habit. Every time I learned a new word in English, a fancy word, a complicated word, I would immediately try to think, what's the simple version of this?
Oh.
Like, what would a person say if they had never heard this complicated word? How would they express the same idea with words everyone knows?
That's really interesting.
And sometimes the simple version was actually better. More human. More warm.
Can you give me an example?
Sure. Let me think. Okay. Anxious. It's a common word now. But some people learning English might reach for it because it sounds more educated than just saying worried or nervous.
Right. Or even just, I don't feel okay about this.
Exactly. I don't feel okay about this. That's real. That lands. I've never met a person who didn't understand exactly what that means.
But if you say, I'm experiencing anxiety in relation to this situation.
Now we're in a report.
We're definitely in a report. Nobody talks like that.
And when nobody talks like that, and you do, it creates distance.
Distance. Yeah. The words build a wall instead of a bridge.
And you want a bridge. In a conversation, you always want a bridge.
So simple words build the bridge.
Simple, honest words, yes. Every time.
I'm sitting here thinking about how many times I've chosen a harder word because I thought it would make me sound better. And actually it probably just made me sound further away.
We've all done it.
Have you done it recently?
Definitely. Just last week I was in a meeting and I said subsequent when I could have just said next.
Oh no.
I heard myself say it and I thought, who was that for? That was for no one. It helped no one. The word next was right there.
But subsequent sounds more official.
It does. And it also sounds like I'm hiding behind a word.
That's a phrase I want to remember. Hiding behind a word.
We all do it. We use a big word when we are not quite sure what we are saying. Like the big word will cover the gap.
But it doesn't.
It never does. People can sense the gap even through complicated language. Maybe especially through complicated language.
Because complicated language is sometimes a way of not being honest.
Or a way of not being present.
Right. You're covering your uncertainty with vocabulary.
And people feel that. Even if they can't name it, they feel it.
Whereas if you're uncertain and you just say, I'm not sure about this yet, people respect that so much more.
Completely. I don't know yet is one of the most honest sentences in any language.
And it's 4 simple words.
4 words. And it builds trust. Immediately.
It's making me think about how much of communication is really just trust.
All of it, maybe.
Yeah. You're trusting someone enough to say simple things. To be clear. To not perform.
And they're trusting that you're giving them the real version.
Not the presentation version.
Not the script.
This conversation is making me want to go back and have a completely different relationship with English.
Tell me what you mean.
Like, I want to stop treating it as a subject, as something I study and learn and improve, and start treating it more like a way of being with people.
Oh, I like that.
A way of being with people. Not a skill I perform, just a way I connect.
And when it's a way of connecting, simple is always better. Because connection doesn't need complexity.
Connection needs warmth. And warmth is simple.
Warmth is always simple.
How are you? I'm tired but okay. I understand that. That's warmth. 3 sentences. Basic words. But it's real.
And that's a better conversation than anything that starts with impressive vocabulary.
Every time.
Every single time.
Okay. Can I bring up something that I know a lot of people feel? Because I think it's connected to all of this.
Yes, please.
The fear that if you use simple words, people will think your English is not good enough. Like they'll judge you. Like they'll think, oh, they're still learning. They're not fluent yet.
That fear is so real.
And it makes people reach for complicated words they don't fully control, because they want to seem more advanced.
And then the sentence breaks. Or it sounds strange. And that creates more anxiety.
Right. You took a risk on a word you weren't sure about and now you have to live with it.
Whereas if you just said the simple version, you would have been fine.
You would have been more than fine. You would have been clear.
Here's what I think about that fear though. I think the people who judge you for simple English, they're in the minority. A small minority.
Really?
Most people, if your simple English is warm, if it's clear, if it's kind, they're not thinking about your vocabulary level. They're thinking about you.
They're thinking this person is easy to talk to.
This person makes me feel comfortable. This is a good conversation.
Yeah. And if someone is judging your grammar while you're just trying to have a real conversation with them, that's their loss.
Completely. That's something they're carrying. Not you.
I think that's important for people to hear. Whatever someone thinks of your English, that's theirs. That's not yours.
Your job is to show up. To be present. To try.
And that's actually the only thing that was ever in your control anyway.
Yeah. You never controlled how someone else receives you. Only how you show up.
And showing up with simple, honest, warm English is showing up really well.
Showing up better than most people do, honestly.
Can I tell you one more small thing that I think about?
Of course.
People who speak their second language or their third, their fourth, they're doing something incredible. Every time.
Yeah.
Like you're translating something inside. Not just words. Feelings, thoughts, instincts. Moving them from one world into another.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. And sometimes it's slow. And sometimes a word doesn't come. And sometimes the sentence sounds a little strange. And that's just the nature of the thing. It's not failure.
It's the process.
It's just the process. And the fact that you keep trying, that you're still here, still listening, still practicing, that means something.
That means a lot, actually.
Yeah, I really believe that. Every person who is learning a language is doing brave work.
You're choosing to be uncomfortable in the service of connection.
That's it. You're doing uncomfortable things because you want to connect with more people. And that's beautiful.
It really is.
So don't be too hard on yourself when the words don't come perfectly.
The words don't come perfectly for anyone.
Not even in your first language.
No. I stumble in my first language all the time.
Everyone does. The difference is we don't judge ourselves as much when it happens in the language we grew up with.
Right. We give ourselves more room.
So maybe give yourself a little more room in English too.
A little more room. A little more patience.
Not pressure. Room.
I like that. Not pressure. Room.
Say something simple. Be honest about it. Let it land where it lands. And keep going.
Keep going. Yeah.
Because the next sentence is always there. Even if the last one wasn't perfect.
There's always another chance.
Always.
Okay. I want to end with something. A thought that's been sitting with me this whole conversation.
Tell me.
We talk about language like it's a tool. And it is. But I think it's also something else. It's evidence. It's evidence that you tried. That you reached toward someone. And simple English, clear, warm, honest, that's real evidence. You don't need a perfect sentence for someone to know that you tried to reach them.
You just need to actually reach.
You just need to actually reach.
And a simple sentence that reaches someone is worth 1,000 complicated sentences that don't.
Worth 10,000.
Worth 10,000. Yeah.
So if there's one thing, just one, I hope someone takes from tonight's conversation.
Say the simple thing.
Say the simple thing. The honest thing. The clear thing.
The sentence you're comfortable with. Not the one you're afraid of.
The one that's already in you.
Yeah. It's already in you. You already have it.
That's a good place to stop, I think.
Think so too.
Thank you for tonight.
Thank you. And thank you to whoever is listening. Wherever you are. However late it is.
We really do mean that.
We do. This feels like a gift every time. That you choose to spend your time here.
We'll be back soon.
Until then, be patient with yourself.
And say the simple thing.
Good night.
Good night.